so do you enjoy the fact that she's getting humped by other men?
I don't enjoy it. We just do it. We get on with it. We have fun. Yeah, well, I enjoy it. Yeah, I do enjoy it because it's...
You do enjoy it?
Yeah, I enjoy it, yeah.
Yeah, so going off the look in his eyes, he definitely doesn't enjoy it. So you might have heard of Beavo. It's probably better if you hadn't, but at this point, we kind of got to play the cards we're dealt. Beavo, to cut a long story short, got famous on TikTok for swallowing food in a weird way. I wish I could dress it up as something else, but it is as obsolete as that.
Let's get right into that, look like, bang.
Yeah, that's a really cool party trick, mate. Here's 1.4 million followers. Now, I'm actually not here to dog on Beavo's come up, because the come up, in comparison to what he's doing now, it was actually pretty good. Unfortunately, though, that doesn't matter anymore, because he's gone from swallowing his food to swallowing his pride. He's got a new... I can't even keep a straight face when I'm recording this. He's got a new career path now, and I'll let him describe it in his own words.
That's a slave?
Yeah,
having a job?
Yeah, of course it is, yeah. I'll have a job shagging.
Yeah, so wait...
Beavo shouldn't be real, but he definitely is. The guy's gone off the deep end, and it is hard to watch, but it is also very funny. For us, anyway. For him, it's probably tearing him up inside. But luckily for us, he has gone on the Whatever podcast to explain his new lifestyle. And the amount of clips that have come out of this, it's unprecedented. It really is.
All right, so open relationship. So what does that look like for you guys since you're in an open relationship?
Just sex galore.
Now, comparatively, these clips are actually somehow tame compared to what comes later. Beavo comes across like a teenager that just has lost their virginity. I mean, it's Beavo, to be fair, it's kind of to be expected, but he's the perfect guest for this podcast. I mean, they normally just get the stupidest guests on. They argue like their red pill philosophies against genuine idiots, and it's like shooting fish in a barrel, and this podcast with Beavo is no different.
But I'm not like trying to be dating like 5 chicks at a time, sleeping with multiple girls at a time. Not really my thing.
You would if you could, though.
Oh, I could.
Yeah, I know you could, but you probably would. Or you just...
What do you mean?
Now, I don't know what I expected from a guy that swallows food for a living, but Beavo, he is stupid. I know you can, but if you could, you would. Nobody in that room has any idea what he's trying to say. And that is probably for the best, because when he starts putting words in actual sentences, it gets bad. It gets really bad. I mean, they weren't even pressing him straight away. They did kind of let him dig his own grave. He was setting the scene, and when you hear him talk, well, it's kind of obvious why he has ended up in this position.
Like, do you remember dating how it was before you got clout?
Oh shit! I didn't even get a look in.
If you were on a dating app, bro, you'd have to message like 20 chicks, and then you'd get one date, and then 50% chance she's gonna
I had Tinder for a day before I met her, and I had 300 matches.
Yeah, Beavo is the man. He's Hugh Hefner. We have known this for a while, but that's old news. It's when the camera goes to his now girlfriend. That's when things get a little bit interesting.
Sophia, what about you?
I can't cook and I can't clean, but I can sew.
Yeah.
So.
Now, my favourite part of this clip is when Beavo gives that little, like, yeah, under his breath.
Yeah.
He wants people to know that he is indeed involved in this exchange. And to be fair, if you sell your soul, you kind of want people to acknowledge it. In Beavo's case, he definitely took this way too far. I mean, he ran this bit into the ground very quickly.
Yeah.
Wait,
I have more of the masculine role.
She's the breadwinner.
Are you the breadwinner?
Yeah.
You're the breadwinner.
Yeah. Okay. But when she tells you to bark, I woof. Do you know what I mean? So it's a saying. Woof. Tell me to bark.
Bark.
Woof woof.
Now, for some reason, she does actually look terrified. With the way his teeth are looking, it might just be because she thinks he might bite her. I wouldn't be surprised, but either way, the bit is just already so tired. Like, normally, if you're trying to sell this persona for money, like, you'll put your back into it. But he genuinely does have the enthusiasm of a dead man. And with that in mind, he might just genuinely be dead inside. And the more these clips go on, the more you kind of find out why.
She brings me friends. I'll bring her friends. Parties.
You bring her male friends?
Yeah.
Wait, so your male friends will...
Yeah.
What's the term? Shag?
Yeah,
Like
shag, yeah.
shag,
A lot of shagging. Yeah, just love it.
Yeah, the tone of his voice does indeed tell me that he does love it. The thing that sells it for me personally are just the looks over at her. She doesn't look back once, and she does just look disgusted.
A lot of shagging.
His eyes look sad. His eyes look very sad. They can look sadder, and you're going to see proof of that as this podcast goes on. Normally with these podcasts, you get a couple of good clips, but with this one, it's a humiliation ritual. It doesn't stop, and it's genuinely tearing me up inside watching this.
Have you always been into like this open dynamic?
Not really, no, until I met this slag here. And
I'm sure she is thrilled that you've just called her that. He looks over again, and of course, he doesn't get a look back.
the whole new world opened up, you know, so yeah, it's been amazing. It's been the best 3 months of my life. So.
Now, the main thing I'm asking myself is, at what point does this become a tragedy and not funny anymore? It's getting close. It's already getting close. And he's not even been pressed yet, so I am genuinely kind of terrified. Before we go on, I'll throw in some sad context. Not 3 months in, Beavo already has her name tattooed on his arm.
Yeah, we met Neon today. It went very well. I got Sophia's name tattooed on me yesterday. She loves it. I'm going to flip the camera now.
Do they do removals? Or, I mean, this can only end well. But yeah, that probably sets the scene to how Beavo is feeling through this. And even without the tattoo, people were picking up on the weird one-sidedness of this relationship. Doesn't call him a future husband, doesn't say she loves him, doesn't reciprocate when he holds her. The only time she smiled is when a super chat said she wears the pants. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. And it was bad, but as I've told you, it does get worse. Because this guy came on the podcast. I don't know what his name is or what he does, but I do know that he instantly started pressing Beavo.
You are a cuck.
Define a cuck, please.
A cuck is a person who purposely allows their women to get by other men.
For money, yeah.
He swallowed that one well, to be fair. So far, I mean, there's no hate in the room just yet. But he did keep pressing on this, and while I don't think Beavo really knows what a cuck is, it's fair to say that he probably wasn't vibing with it.
But you would be a cuck, correct?
I just don't like that saying, but we do it.
I mean, I'm sure you don't, but I mean, that's what a cuck is somebody who lets another man purposely fuck their woman, right? That's a cuck.
Yeah, if I'm a cuck, I'm a cuck, yeah.
Now, acceptance, in fairness, is normally a good sign, but I do just think that he just doesn't know what a cuck is, really. But either way, he did keep trying to justify his lifestyle. He doesn't seem convinced at all. It seems like he's making his arguments against his will. And even while he was arguing it, as you saw at the start of the video, he did slip up a couple of times.
So you enjoy the fact that your old lady gets...
I enjoy sex, she enjoys sex, other people enjoy sex, so why not? Let's just have fun.
So do you enjoy the fact that she's getting humped by other men?
I don't enjoy it. We just do it. We get on with it. We have fun. Yeah, well, I enjoy it. Yeah, I do enjoy it because it's...
You do enjoy it?
Yeah, I enjoy it, yeah.
Genuinely, that is the least convinced I've ever been by someone saying something. He clearly doesn't feel this way, and it does show because his arguments gradually did get worse and worse.
Well, what's the big deal? Sex is sex. Adam and Eve had sex, so what's the big deal?
Now, in fairness, he's right, but I also don't see how that's relevant to absolutely anything. If Adam and Eve had an OnlyFans, I reckon God, he would have had a word. They didn't though, so ultimately, the comparison again means nothing. And it was at this point that this Andrew guy did start coming for Beavo properly. I think he kind of sensed that Beavo had nothing of any substance to say, and with that in mind, it does come across a little bit like an execution.
I don't know anyone that's had children that do.
You're not answering the question. The question is how many of those children are proud of their parents?
I don't know any children, so let's move on. Thank you very much.
You're not going to answer the question?
I don't know any children. How many times have I got to say?
He keeps reiterating that he doesn't know any children. One, that's completely irrelevant, I think, to what he's saying. Two, the more he says it, the less I believe him.
I don't know any children. How many times have I got to say?
No proof, but I wouldn't be surprised if it turns out Beavo does in fact know some children. But either way, as this exchange goes on, it kind of does feel like Beavo is slowly deepening the position he's in. He genuinely might have just jumped into this head first without thinking. His answers to these questions, at least, definitely give this impression.
You're pissing me off.
I know you don't have children. That's not what the question was. Listen to what the question is. How many of these people in this industry that you deal with who have children, whose children are proud of them?
Have you checked on your wife? She might be getting fucked at the minute.
See, I don't like seeing Beavo angry. He is so, like, unthreatening. He shouldn't do it, really. He should just be the nice guy. His argument, basically, is that you should chase money above everything else. Let me know what you think, but honestly, if you have this philosophy, I think you should probably reconsider. I mean, you might turn into Beavo, and that's probably something we all want to avoid. But either way, towards the end, he said something that does definitely expose him, in my opinion.
What? You got better things to do? You're gonna go have your wife get fucked by a bunch of dudes, bro?
Yeah, your missus gets fucked on the daily, mate. Don't worry.
The only person that gets fucked around here is your missus.
He said your wife gets fucked as an insult. And I mean, knowing what Beavo's girlfriend does, this is pure projection. Using something as an insult comes with the implication that you think it's bad. So really, that kind of just does cap off the saddest interview of all time. But yeah, after this, he did storm out, which, in fairness, is to be expected.
The only person who Mrs.
Oh,
Wilson.
go.
Let me move it on.
I'm done anyway. Yeah, listen, go put your fake kids to sleep, yeah? Good night, God bless.
Weren't you about to rage quit? Weren't you about to show me? Yeah, get the fuck out of here. That's right. Run away, cuck.
Well, he's loving it. Beavo, not so much. Yeah, honestly, I'm surprised he didn't walk out earlier. I'm surprised he went on in the first place, although I probably shouldn't be. It is Beavo. This guy clearly will do anything for relevancy, including milk the situation, because he responded, and again, it's not great.
What's happening TikTok? Beavo here. I just wanted to come on here and basically clear up this whole whatever podcast. I didn't expect to get this much stick. I was basically told what to say, basically for their financial gain, which has made me look a complete mug on the internet now.
Well, I guess it is true. Beavo will do absolutely anything for money. Genuinely, seeing these clips before the wider reaction, I knew it was going to be bad. And he really is clawing, because clearly it's had a bit of a bad impact on his family as well.
I feel violated, I'm not going to lie, because it feels like, from me, I look like a devalued man. Again, my grandparents come from a Christian household. My dad's moaned at me for this whole podcast. Of family members, I've seen this podcast, and yeah, again, I've watched it back and it doesn't look good, which is annoying. But again, what can you do?
Maybe don't say the things he said. Maybe don't go on the whatever podcast. It seems simple, but it's Beavo, so I shouldn't expect anything less, to be honest. But yeah, there is one final detail I want to share, and arguably this is the worst detail.
We've promised to get our Instagrams promoted and paid. We're supposed to get paid $150, which we didn't.
So yeah, in conclusion, Beavo sold his soul for 150 quid. I actually feel empty at the end of this video. This is so pathetic. So yeah, like and sub, or I am going to doom you to become the next Beavo. And let's be real, I don't think a single person globally wants that.